Hello everybody, my name is Cartoon and here's my music video pitch for the song Bro by Conan Gray. First I'm going to talk about how I got permission to use the song. So I found Conan's email through his Twitter bio and I decided to email him. However, even though this was like over 10 days ago, he has not yet responded. So I'm going to try other means such as responding to him through his YouTube comments, Twitter and messaging him on Tumblr. And hopefully I'll be able to get a response from him. First I'm going to start off by talking about what I kind of want to expect from the music video. So I do understand that as as it's quite low budget, I still want it to have a high quality, something that you can expect from a signed artist. So we're going to work really hard on making the music video quite professional. I also want the music video to be quite different and not to be something that you see all the time. I want to make something that's a bit more unique and more, just a bit different. And I want it to connect with others. By this I mean, I don't want a music video just to be forgotten. I want it to be spoken about and I want it to be about an issue that everyone experiences, such as growing up, and how everyone feels about it. So I'm going to play a few seconds of the song for you guys to listen to.
The cool pavements calling my name, and the simple street signs don't look the same now. Don't know why, but I think I'm ready for it. Yeah, I think I'm ready for it.
Okay, so here's some of the lyrics of the song, and I'm just going to go through and talk about what the song kind of means and what Conan is trying to get his audience to understand. So through the lines, the cooling pavements calling my name, it kind of just shows how he's obviously moving on with his life. As he's quite young still, he's obviously been living in the same area for a long time, and obviously when you change, you kind of miss those same streets you walked through every single day. And the use of the word cooling pavements kind of highlights that he hasn't been there in a long time, as if his feet warmed up the street and they made it seem like it was his home. And by him personifying the word pavement, by saying that he called his name, it kind of highlights that he wants his old life back and he wants to go back to what life was like before being hard, because obviously you need to move on and try different things and enter a new chapter in your life. And throughout the song, it kind of has elements of like age and themes of youth, as Conan is obviously he has quite a young audience, and many of them will experience growing up. And even though it may seem quite daunting, he makes it seem like it's quite a positive thing, something that you should look forward to. So I'm going to talk a bit about who Conan Gray is. So Conan Gray is 18 years old and he's originally from San Diego, California. He's a YouTuber vlogger who currently has around 500,000 subscribers, so he's quite known. And his star persona is his personality. He does a lot of vlogs where he's just walking around and with hanging out with his friends. So he's kind of bringing his audience in and making them know what he's like as a person. And he currently studies art at UCLA. Let's see his artwork here. And his music is available on YouTube, Spotify and SoundCloud, meaning that it's available for many of his audience who may not be able to afford his songs on like iTunes, meaning that it's very easily accessible. So now I'm going to talk a bit about what my idea for the music video is. So I'm going to speak a bit about the lighting, editing, narrative and camera movement. So first I'm going to play the first 10 seconds of the song Cry Baby by Football Friends, as I really like the lighting in the music video, as it kind of has different themes, different colours to show emotion. For example, the colour orange and red kind of connotes anger. However, the colour blue and purple has this feeling of sadness, which is what some people may feel when they are growing up. So I really like editing in the music video for Thinking of You by Mabel, as the editing was quite effective whilst it was cut into the beat. So yeah, I'm going to show you from 14 seconds to 30 seconds.
I'm loving your vibe. Been away for a couple of weeks. It could be more 'cause I lost track of time.
I really like the transitioning that she used, especially whilst instead of using something like a dissolve, which could be considered quite unprofessional, she used a bright yellow colour as if to bring light to what her life is like, and I found it very effective. Now I'm going to go on to the camera movement, and I found inspiration from the music video Stay by Blackpink, and even though it seemed quite high quality and it made me feel like I couldn't be able to do it, however I felt that throughout some parts of the music video the camera movements were quite, the close-up shots that were used, they were able to show the protagonist's emotions, and were able to highlight how upset they may have felt towards the guy that left them and they were asking him to stay. I really like the camera movements, especially the use of establishing shot, which I'd like to use in my own music video, as I felt like even though it kind of distracts the audience from what's really going on, it's able to show that there's hope, and if they look up to the sky, they are able to still believe that there is a chance in growing up and that they don't have to worry too much. So now I'm going to move on to the narrative. I was really inspired by the music video 17 by Alicia Cara, as the panning is able to highlight the fact that she's obviously moving on to a new stage, as the beginning shows Alicia Cara with her father as a younger version of herself. However, when it pans back to her, you're able to see her as a teen, able to show that she's obviously more different and grown up, and the fact that her father isn't there anymore kind of shows that she's more independent, which is something that happens to everyone when they grow up. The slow pan that was used was able to highlight how quickly life moves on, which I found really, really effective, and I'd like to use it in my own music video. So now I'm going to move on to another narrative which I found quite effective. In the music video Young Forever by BTS, I really liked how they were able to show clips from their old music videos in order to highlight that they've obviously changed and are living in a new time where things are much more different. And the fact that the filter of the music of those parts where the flashback is also quite different and distorted almost. It kind of emphasizes really that they're not going to be like this forever, and that life obviously will be much more different when they're a bit older. There was obviously a clear difference between the flashbacks and how they are in present, as the use of the fence kind of highlights that they're kind of trapped in this day and age where they have to be something that they're not, but in the past they were more freely running around as if life was more enjoyable back then, however life was more stressful. I think this is effective as it kind of highlights that even though growing up can be kind of an exciting thing, it's obviously a bit more difficult, and you have to step out of your comfort zone sometimes and do things that you're not used to in order to really understand what growing up is like. So now I'm going to move on to who I will get to be in my music video. So I have there's four of us in our group. So I'm going to start off with LD, who's going to be kind of pretend to be like Conan, as I feel like they both have quite similar personalities, and yeah, in a way he looks the most like Conan really. I feel like I'll be more used to having LD as the protagonist of the music video, as I know him personally, and like auditioning someone to be a protagonist. So I ended up staying with that. And we wanted to show that there's diversity, and that growing up isn't based on just one group of people and that everyone is able to face growing up and the struggles that you face and struggles that everyone has. So in our group we have me, Jalene and Guy, and I feel like we're all like a quite diverse group and we're all from different ethnicities, and I feel like this will be able to highlight that you don't need to, everyone's going through the same issues. However, I feel like I'd like some extras in the video, and so I'll be looking to take auditions and casting auditions, and I feel like I'd like someone that's a bit more different from us, and I feel like in order to do that I'll have to have a different group of people in the music video. So I'd like someone that's a bit more mature in order to highlight that they are grown up and that we are still, they've been through what we're going through. So I feel like the primary target audience will be predominantly female over male, and I feel like this because usually females are the ones that are more, stereotypically are more emotional and sentimental, so I feel like they will probably feel the pain of growing up more than men will. I also feel that it will be ages 16 to 25. This is mainly because these are the ages in which you either move on to a different chapter in your life, for example, move on to uni, or in case if you're like 25, you're moving on to start working. I also feel that they'll be predominantly white, mainly because pop music is more popular for white people. However, I do feel that it's kind of changed now in society, so anyone can listen to anything and not be judged. I chose the socioeconomic class B, B to D mainly because people from a more higher socioeconomic class, such as A, wouldn't really feel the struggles as much, predominantly because their parents will be able to financially support them, unlike those from a lower socioeconomic class. The locations that I chose were mainly in order for me to highlight the issue that growing up has. So I chose God's Own Junkyard, which is kind of like a neon sign store, and this is mainly because I feel like the lights the bright lights are able to emphasize the struggles that students will face and the struggles that the pressure that parents put on people in this age, my target audience. So it kind of be like they have so much going on around them, but they aren't able to focus on enjoying their life. I also chose Isabella Plantation in Richmond Park because I feel like flowers are quite symbolic to growing up, because flowers have to be taken care of well, and this is kind of like emphasizing that we have to take care of ourselves as well, and that it's not just based on studying and trying to impress others and trying to make your parents proud, and that sometimes you need to just relax and take care of yourself and enjoy life as it is. I also chose St Dunstan's in the East because I feel like the arches would be kind of showing that people still down on us and still care for us, and that we should always appreciate everyone around us because they won't be there forever. I also chose Strand Station mainly because, as you can see, it's kind of empty, and it's kind of like sometimes there are days where you feel quite low and you don't feel like you love yourself as much. So I feel like this will kind of be if I shoot my music video there, then I'll be able to highlight this, that some days that there are days where you don't feel quite yourself. It's okay because everyone feels that way too. I chose Contiguous Paddington mainly because it is quite, I just feel it's a very aesthetic and beautiful place, and so it's rather than it being in the normal flat that you see in South London, I wanted to add colours. And other locations that that are a possibility is Brighton Pier. However, it can cost quite a bit of money, and we are trying to do this music video on a low budget. So if we are able to afford it, then we will be able to go. And Sky Gardens is only if we're allowed to film there. And finally, the equipment I'll be using will be Final Cut Pro, as I've used it previously, and I feel like I'll be more comfortable using it again this year. I also really like the features on there, and I think it'll be very good for editing. And a tripod in order to keep the instead of having a handheld, which may seem quite unprofessional. Also, I will have two cameras in order for continuity. So Jalene has a similar camera to mine, so it's not like the quality would be quite different. So that's why I decided on choosing a bridge camera.